Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great Friday. Well, as you can see, we are going to be starting the blue and purple dragon that I got this morning from FGNormal, and it is a 40 by 40, and the color that I'm using is 3761, and we're starting on the right hand side. I'm doing this green symbol, but just because it's here. So, can you believe it's the weekend again already? I mean, this summer is just flying. Just flying by. And I'm doing this a little earlier than, I mean, it'll be up at the same time. But I'm doing it earlier today because I have to go and do laundry and take out the trash, you know, exciting stuff, household stuff. And then I got to run to the grocery store and the dollar store. So I thought, well, I have no idea how long I'll be out. So, yeah, I will just do this right now. And, yesterday about did me in. It just wore me out. I'd laid down, took an hour and a half nap, and then went to bed, about midnight, 12:30, something like that. Yeah. I was exhausted. I don't know how my daughter felt, but yeah. And we didn't really go for very long. We're not what you'd call all-day hikers. That ain't gonna happen. Not with her bad back and me and my hip. Yeah, it's awesome. I can see us both doing this in about 10 years, and we both got walkers. It'll be awesome. Yeah. Beautiful today. Just gorgeous again. Now, yesterday afternoon, oh my goodness. After I finished doing the video that I put up, probably about 4, but that is mountain time. And the wind was like 30 to 50 mile an hour right through here. And I went out and got the bucket with the tomato plant and the pepper plants in it. Yeah. Because I was afraid that they'd just snap right off. But I'm just going to get rid of that and let that just go. Because we need to do this a little bit. Get it in my hand. Yeah, it was just horrible wind, and it rained really hard for like 10 minutes. Yeah. All that for that. I was like, are you kidding me? So, yeah, it was awesome. And it was cloudy. I mean, when my daughter and I were out, you know, and about doing our little hikey thing, and didn't do anything, you know. It kind of sprinkled when we got to I almost said the car wash, the truck stop to go get our lunch, and didn't do anything more, just a couple sprinkles. It was sprinkling a little bit. We got back to my daughter's house, but yeah, I'm gonna pull this just a little bit closer. There we go. And nothing. And I got home, and it was, you know, didn't do anything for the longest time. Got that video up, and boom, it just was windy and rainy, and so I have no idea. It said chance of rain, so it's another chance of rain today, so we'll see what happens. And consequently, it was so dang windy that I didn't want to go out there even to stitch. It just was not pleasant. So I stayed inside. I stitched on the dragon a while. I stitched on the flowers and birds. What else did I stitch? I think that was it for yesterday. But yeah. Just, I don't know. Oops, we don't want that one. Dark green, dark green. Focus, Laura, focus. So, yeah, I ended up, that was what I stitched the most on, was that rainbow dragon yesterday, because my finger, of course, hurt from doing the 14 count. So, we'll just not do that for a while. So we'll see if I can get all this stuff done. See, I'm fighting, let's get this done before it's hot. You know, because I sit in my car and wait for, I set my timer on my phone when I'm at the laundromat, and I usually get there somewhere between 8 and 10, you know. But, yeah. I figured all the rest of it was going to take a hot moment, so get the laundry done first. It's the biggest episode. So, I just sit in my car and play games on my phone, and then I go in and move it around, and, you know the drill. It's fun that way. But it really needs to get done this weekend, and I have to throw those shoes in there this time. I think I'm gonna set those shoes after I get home out on the porch, because they should be dry in no time, you know, because every time I go to put them in the dryer, it's not that the dryer messes it up or anything. It's just that it knocks the door open. And I've washed shoes in the washing machines there at the laundromat before. And I come in thinking everything should be dry by now. And there's always somebody that says, oh, well, your thing kept opening and shutting. Yeah, well, they didn't turn it back on. So wasted those quarters. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, trials and tribulations. But this house just cannot support a washer dryer, and it's just as easy to go and have it done. I despise having to sit at home waiting for a load to get done, and then you got to put it in the dryer and blah blah blah. I just get it done in 40 minutes and we're out of there. Yeah, that's how that works for me. So I don't mind going to the laundromat. It does not interfere with me at all. I just set up a time to go and go. So, fun stuff. I'm using my little koi needle minder that I got from my friend Jill, who lives in the UK. It's beautiful. I know, koi and dragons, it's not the same, but here we are. I just wanted to use it today. Yeah, but this material's kind of thick. I crunched it and crunched it, but here we are. Didn't make much progress on that. And I have no idea what I'm fixing for dinner at all. I just haven't decided. And if I have to have another pizza, I swear I'm just going to hit somebody. It seems like that's all I keep getting in the frozen food department. Just because it's easy. And I'm a little over brats, so that won't be an option. And I don't know. We'll see. I'll think of something. But I don't want something too hot. I may see if they have any chicken tenders in the deli, because I'll get those and I'll cut them up and I'll put them on a salad, because I got plenty of lettuce in there, so I may have just a nice salad just because it's been so hot. And I bought some nice tomatoes later last week. I was going to make well, I did twice make BLTs. So I enjoyed that. Yep. Nope. We're not doing that anymore. Sick of nacho. You know, I just get to the point where, okay, what is it we're going to eat? And it better not be a TV dinner. I swear. I'm just my own worst enemy, if you will. So I got nothing. I don't know. Maybe something will strike me. And I'm the weird one that makes red chili in the middle of summer, so could be chili. I haven't made that in a while, but it's just been too warm. I didn't pull that thread down far enough. Come on. There we go. And there, and there. Okay. It's a pretty, like, baby blue. It looks like the shade they always have for baby blue yarn, you know? So, what did I have last night? Oh, I got out. I made Sloppy Joe's, what was it, 2 weeks ago, maybe? And I made like a pound of hamburger. And I got sick of that in a real hurry, so I put the rest of it in the freezer. So that's what I had last night. I'm like, why not? It's easy. See, I don't want to cook. I don't want anything that's long and elaborate and that I have to stir or add ingredients to. I was going to make some dirty rice, but maybe not. I don't know. I didn't care for the way that I watch things on YouTube for recipes and stuff, and I don't care for the meat that he picked for that. I don't know how it's normally made, but he made it with Italian sausage, and I was like, how Cajun or Creole is that? To me, it wasn't, so I don't know. It's probably really good, but what can I say? What can I say? But I'd never made that, so I had to look and see what exactly was in it. We used to make this stuff called Skillet Fiesta. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. We got this recipe, are you ready? From a jewel tea store in Chicago. Well, not Chicago, but, you know, one of the suburbs of Chicago. And we've made it, God, since I was a senior, well, freshman, sophomore in high school. And it's just hamburger and green pepper, hamburger, green pepper, tomatoes, like canned tomatoes. I think it might have some tomato sauce in it. And onion. Did I say green pepper? And you fry all that up. And then make it in like a big skillet. And you add like a cup or 2 cups of minute rice. See, back then, minute rice was a big deal. Me, I can't stand minute rice to this day. Just because that's all my mother ever made. It's okay for rice pudding, but not this. So anyway, you put the rice in there, and you add like 2 cups of water and some bouillon cubes, beef bouillon cubes. And the rice, cover it and cook it for a certain length of time, which is always longer here because I'm at high altitude. And, all the water soaks into the rice, and you just serve it like that. And when I make it now, I add cumin and garlic salt and seasoned salt and pepper. They just added like salt and pepper, maybe some seasoned salt and garlic. But I always add the cumin, so it's got more of a Mexican flavor of Mexican food. And it makes a big batch. And I make mine with, when I was in Kansas and Missouri, I would make it with Uncle Ben's regular long grain rice. Because I couldn't stand that minute rice anymore. And now I use that 90-second rice by Uncle Ben's. And you just put it in there for 90 seconds and I just whip it all together. But, yeah, because I can't ever get rice to fully cook here at high altitude. The center of the rice kernels are just hard as a brick. It just never gets done. And I've tried other brands and different things and boil in a bag and, oh yeah, no. So now it's just kind of easy. I just use 2 of those Because it makes what? Enough for 2 people? I think there's only 2 servings in that little bag. So I just make 2 of them and throw that all together and add a little bit of water and the bouillon cube and the tomato sauce and just let it, you know, simmer until everything gets sucked up into the rice. So, and it turns out just fine. It's kind of like Miracle Whip and mayonnaise. Yeah, I've grown up with some things, and I keep things, you know, keep doing things. Others, we're done. Next. What else you got? So, I don't know what my mother had against mayonnaise. Maybe she just didn't like the taste of it. I have no idea. But I prefer mayonnaise over Miracle Whip and Uncle Ben's long grain, either, you know, or... The only time that rice turns out, when I get the Uncle Ben's wild rice and I put it in that chicken mushroom wild rice soup and it cooks longer and, you know, it simmers all the flavors together and everything, then it doesn't turn out like hard, like little pellets. But if I'm just cooking it rice to have with stir fry or whatever, ooh, that sounds good, then I get the let's do this in 90 seconds, because, yeah. I don't care if I ever buy another box of minute rice. It just tastes fake. I don't know what it is about it. I can't handle it. No. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. So, y'all eat whatever you want. But I can't hack it anymore. But yeah, that skillet fiesta, she'd make it a double batch of that stuff, and we'd have it for a couple, 2-3 nights. You know, my dad loved it, so we always had that. But it was really good, and that was one of the better recipes that we got from a grocery store. I don't know if they were, you know how they used to do, where they'd have people, here, try this, you know, stuff at the grocery store. I haven't seen that, but we don't live in a big town where they do that all the time. So I don't know, do they still do that at big grocery stores in big towns? I mean, we're talking big cities. I got nothing. I don't know, since the big deal, if, you know, they don't do that anymore. I have no idea. But there are never tasters for things here. But I'm pretty sure that's where we got a little recipe. This lady would be there like every Friday or every Monday or just one day a week or whatever, and she'd be showing some kind of a recipe and giving out the card. Oh, we typed onto that. That was a good day. But yeah. And we've eaten tons of it since. I don't think my sister makes it anymore. But yeah, I love it. And it freezes really nice too, so I just make a big batch and then I can get out some and just have it for dinner. So it's amazing what you keep through the years. Between that and the sherried chicken and the curried chicken, those are all recipes that we started eating back in 1975. So, yeah. And been eating it ever since. I know my sister makes that curried chicken. And it is so easy, it's pathetic. Just take chicken breasts and cut it up in little pieces, and you take a can of green beans. Now you can make that in a 13x9, or you can make it in an 8x8, but you just have to use a little more chicken and a little more green beans. It's not a real set recipe. And in a separate bowl, you take Campbell's cream of chicken soup, and you thin it down with like half the milk that you use. You know, normally if you were going to make the actual soup. And, let's see here. And I put, it's called for, I think the recipe actually called for putting regular mayonnaise in it, so much regular mayonnaise. I squeeze in there probably 2 or 3 tablespoons to get that soury taste. Maybe even more, you know, maybe 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice, and stir it all up. And I add, oh, now you can add as much if you like curry, or if you don't know you don't like, use less. You add curry powder to that, to all that, stir it all up, and you pour it, or you can put the chicken and the green beans all in there and stir it all up, you know, if you have a big enough bowl, which I never seem to have. I just do it in the pan. And spread that all out in the 8x8 or 13x9 pan. And then you take breadcrumbs that you've torn up. Don't get cubed bread, or even, not breadcrumbs, you know, have bread, tear it up in little pieces, and you pour butter over it, and then put that on the top, and then pour whatever rest of butter you have left over, and then bake it until it's hot and bubbly, and we're done. And that stuff is absolutely luscious. Love it. Now you can exchange the green beans for asparagus if you have asparagus, either canned or, you know, I wouldn't use raw asparagus unless you had it cut pretty fine. But I would use canned asparagus. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Had to get a needle to straighten that out. But yeah, and we always cooked it with the green beans. So it's really good. And we just had it with some rice pilaf and like fresh fruit, if that was in season. And yeah, it's just wonderful. It doesn't freeze worth a damn, so don't even try that. So you got to eat it all up. So now I'm down to making an 8x8 pan of it, because I really can't get through it. So that's the smallest nominal amount that I could make. And when I was in Kansas with my boyfriend, we'd go through a 13x9 pan of that twice a month, because he just absolutely loved that stuff. So it's a good recipe. Well, we got that all done. That's what I love about these little ones, man. It's like, yay, we're done with that section. It goes fast. I love these 40x40 or 45x45. 60x60 seems to be ginormous, but these are just fun. I'm going to go back over here and finish this bunch. Get out of my way. I have yet to finish one of these yet, but I like stitching on them because they have bigger areas and not a whole lot of confetti. Now this one, they kind of centralized that confetti to around the edge. So we'll see how that goes when I get to that part. So All right. Got one more right there. Come on. Oh, I was in the right place. So anybody got any plans for the weekends? Gonna do anything exciting? I don't think we're doing anything. Now next weekend, which is the 5th, I believe, of August, I don't know if I'll have a Joy Sunday, a European Town Saturday or not, because I have to work 2 to 10. I had to think about that a second, because that's the weekend of my coworker's son's birthday. I mean, wedding. Hello. Yeah, I just know I have to work that day. So, yeah, I'll be working an extra day next week, or the end of this week, if you will. All right, guys, that's about it for today. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.